Good morning, everyone. I'm going to reiterate an old story that I talked about because it's just that important. You want to know why, when you watch the news, they all say the same exact thing? Have you ever seen that video where this is a danger to our democracy and everyone's saying the same thing? There's a reason for that. So back in the early 90s, they were doing Fox News had two correspondents, Jane Aker and Steve Wilson. And what they were doing was a story on RSBH, I think it was called, bovine growth hormone. And what happened was they found all these negative side effects to it, to giving it to the cows. More specifically, that the cows' udders would be filled with pus, amongst other things. So what they basically did was they compiled this story, and Fox News tried to get them to shelf it because Monsanto, reached out to them. Well, what happened was they didn't shelf it, and they ended up getting fired. So they sued Fox. The jury awarded them $425,000 in damages initially for wrongful termination. But here's the interesting thing. It made its way to the Supreme Court. They were trying to kill this story. Monsanto was trying to kill this story. Fox News was trying to kill the story because of it. And it turns out that they overturned that verdict because, according to law experts, it is not illegal to falsify the news. Now, you're not going to find this on the regular browser, but if you go to the Brave browser that I'm telling you guys all to download, download the Brave browser because DuckDuckGo is compromised. Even though they say they're not, they came out and said that they're working with disinformation and the government. Google is shot. Download the Brave browser and type in bovine growth hormone. It is not illegal to falsify the news, and you could read all about this. So that's the thing. The news can put out what they want, and they have liability protection. The one thing that the news can't do is run these narrative-driven stories about certain people. Then the other side of the aisle, it's basically the Streisand effect. It's what happened to Rittenhouse. It's what happened to a lot of people. Candace Owens, even David Hogg on the left. What happens is, you try and, paint something in a specific narrative. And then what happens is you make a superstar out of these people. And then you spend the rest of your time bitching about it. So that's basically what happens. But yeah, it is not illegal to falsify the news. And you can read all about Jane Aker and Steve Wilson if you do your homework, which I expect you guys at this point to do.